Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. Today promises to be a very interesting one. It is a celebration, actually. Happy holidays around the world. If this is actually a very significant holiday, and in Nigeria, it is a public holiday, and in some countries around the world, actually, also Eid-el-Kabir to everybody. It is, and it's Salah celebrations, as we call it in Nigeria. And it promises to be a very interesting one. Very interesting, as there are quite a number of things that are happening today. As the president and governors are celebrating the Muslim celebrations here and there, the APC is also celebrating as they got a brand new governor. It's not so surprising though, but I'm sure everybody was just waiting for when it was going to happen. That's what we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be breaking down a lot of things from a particular Nigerian lady that just recently got arrested, what a lot of people are talking about as the tech queen. So really, tech bros really making that kind of money, or that's just, at this point, I think we need to have some conversations that we're going to be talking about. Also, the drama happening between former best friends Donald Trump and Elon Musk. We're going to be talking about that and a couple of other things today at the bar. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. My name is Dolupo, and with me, as usual, is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Eid Mubarak. Thank God it's Friday. New Music Friday.
Okay, so we're getting straight into the show today, like I had said earlier, and it is the Salah celebration. So Eid Mubarak, like Asar had said, Eid-el-Kabir to everybody, celebrating Salah to all Muslims all around the world. And with that, the president also, even though he's not just a Muslim, we know he's a Muslim, so he's celebrating as well, but he's also celebrating with all Muslim faithfuls all around the world. We've seen him have a statement released. The president, the Senate president, the vice president, governors as well. Everybody is all preaching hope as the celebrations are coming on. And it's very interesting. Take, for example, if we go all the way to Niger State, that residents of Mokwa who really have been dealing with the after effects of the massive flood that happened earlier in the week. They also saw the pictures and videos of them still observing Eid as well. Regardless, that's one thing I would say with Nigerians. We just know how to push forward regardless. And it's such a very humbling thing to actually see that there's still, and because the truth is that life really still does go on. There's really nothing anybody can do about it, but it's really nice. Also, the Christian Association of Nigeria was also felicitating with Muslims in these times that we're in now. It's such a nice gesture to see that everybody is really celebrating with Muslims as well. It's a good thing. And on that note, that's for right now. That's what we're going to be talking about. A lot of things. I think in Katsina State, the first lady gave money and food and all to about 6,000 less privileged people, and that kind of happened around different states in the country. We know that it's really a lot about also giving. It's not just about celebrations, but it's also about giving. It's a time to give, so it's really nice to see all that. Now, moving on from that, and let's go to this of today. One will think that it's a public holiday, yeah? And then, there really will be very interesting news. And that's the truth most of the time. There's really nothing like in politics, in governance that happens at least between this Friday and Monday. Nobody really thought anything was going to happen. But APC said, no, y'all gonna have something to talk about other than Eid. And it is the governor of Akpabio State. I think about last week, there was a video that popped up where he had talked about how he was moving, and if any of his appointees are not interested, they should quickly resign. And there was a bit of hue and cry. There was a bit of drama about that. Maybe if that video should not have come out, if that video came out, blah, blah, blah. But other than that video, it's not the first time it was obvious that even if he wasn't going to decap, he definitely was on very good terms with the president. It's very obvious, whether, except you're living under a rock. Anyway, Governor Umo Eno, or Pastor, or Governor Pastor, which one now? Umo Eno has officially defected to the APC today. I think that is making the APC governors now 24. And if I'm correct, I'm not even sure how many PDP governors are left in the South anymore now. Rivers, okay, at this point, is Rivers still PDP? But Rivers, let's not push it. But Edo governor is in the APC. Akwa Ibom governor is in the APC. The Delta governor is in the APC. Who else is in? The Calabar governor is actually the APC. Actually, which other states? Okay, I think it's only Bayelsa and Rivers as we speak now. Rivers, I won't even be surprised if the man moves to APC. But at the moment, the APC seems to have the large chunk of numbers in the PDP, in the South. This is officially unprecedented. The Southeast have always, if not nowhere else, they've always been the stronghold of the PDP, at least since I knew PDP. And I think since 1999, they've always really been the stronghold of the PDP. So, what do we say has changed? Because something definitely must have changed. Hello.
Oh, okay. I was going to have to maybe send you a mail that, hi, I'm here. Hello. Having fun without me? Really? Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. So, what is the hello about, man?
I'm sure you heard what I said.
I'm not sure. But on a serious tip for me, though, I was hoping I was going to get a chance, and I'll do that now. One of the best things I saw today was the aerial shot of people praying at Mokwa in Niger State, where they're observing Eid. You know, they actually all went to pray. You know, and Eid is a moment of celebration for Muslims, and that's massive. Like, because the governor had said there will be no official celebrations, but people could go ahead. And the people of Mokwa said, you know what, we're not going to let this weigh us down. I saw the aerial shot and a drone shot. It was something else. So once again, hearts, thoughts, and prayers are with the people of Mokwa as they navigate this flood that, you know, really has brought a lot of pain to them. Arguably the biggest story out there in Nigeria and the news space in Nigeria is the one that Dolupo just talked about now, which is the official defection of Pastor Umo Eno from the PDP to the APC. I watched that video. I saw snippets. I saw a couple of things that came out from there. From the arrival of the progressive governors, you know, Hope Uzodinma, Sanwo-Olu, Akpabio, Sheriff Oberewori, and we feel I saw a couple of them arrive, you know, even the governor of Edo State. And I'm like, okay, it's happening, you know. So according to Pastor Umo Eno, in that same hall yesterday, he had a final meeting with the PDP stakeholders in his state, and he more or less thanked them for the 2 years and the platform that they gave him to become governor and all of that. And every time the video, like when he mentioned the president's name, the cameraman, fantastic person, panned to an image of the president in the hall on the wall. And there was a time when he was talking about, you know, everybody, that he had done the most extensive consultations. 3 months, he said. It took him 3 months to speak to everybody and get counsel and also explain the motive behind his move from the PDP to the APC. I looked at a group of people who were sat in front there, and the part of me, maybe I was misreading the body language. I was like, are these people really happy with this man's, cross carpet? And that was actually what crossed my mind. If you ever get a chance to watch those videos again, watch the set of people who were in front. A few of them, about 2 of them were wearing caps with Bola Tinubu's personal logo, the broken shackles. But some people who were sat beside him, I just felt that, I'm not sure. And of course, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that until she brings it up, but the thing is, he has gone. The other part is, barely 24 hours ago, the man in charge of saving the PDP, that's H.E. Bukola Saraki, actually said nobody is going to leave PDP again. And I'm like, what a bold statement. What a bold statement. The day this was ascribed to him, because I didn't see the video, I only read. So the day it was ascribed to him, Demola Adeleke, the governor of Osun State, was in Tinubu's house. How do you explain that? Do you understand? There's a lot of deals that are happening, and there are a lot of inter-party relationships, which is fine for Nigeria's democracy, but not when it concerns certain individuals, especially the ones that have more at stake, like Governor Adeleke of Osun State is seeking a re-election. It looks like his previous alliances are not working. He's lost a lot of his party members from the PDP to the APC, and the rumors are that he wants to go and meet them there. In the APC. So back to Umo Eno. I'm thinking, is there a statement from Saraki yet? Because what you usually hear from the PDP, and honestly, I think the PDP need to go and learn more about being opposition. What you usually hear from them are things like they were coerced, that they were forced, and they were made,
but I think children,
to join. That some of them had issues, and if they join the APC, it will the issues will go away and all of that.
Governor Umo Eno is the first time governor, yeah.
He is. We've actually.
Not heard any.
He is
issues with him.
Sheriff Oborowori is the first time governor.
Like, we've really not heard anything.
But they said all those things about him too.
Okay.
All in their own bid. I think what they don't understand is that they don't understand how bad
the situation is, yeah?
And it is, a wise man once said that it is a poor worker or worksman that blames his tools. PDP is blaming everybody else but themselves.
And I think that we should get to a point where you should be able to realize, okay, yes. And I remember having a conversation with someone once. I said, and I see a lot of PDP people even online say about what the APC is doing is not good. That is how opposition is run. I'm sorry, maybe because I'm not a politician. But what's the job of your opposition? Is to decimate you. It's you that will not allow the decimation to happen. So if they are decimating you, then they're doing their job right. Then there's something you're doing that is not right, because that's the way I see it. Let's stop accusing, and I'm not saying that APC is all that good, but there's something that is making these governors go. Even the ones that are not going, there's something that is making them want to be on the side of the president. Yes, you can say, is everybody's daddy here? A few days ago, yesterday or 2 days ago, we're still talking about Governor Ademola, yeah? That came all the way to Lagos to come and see the president. That same day, a governor that is under suspension by the president, this same president, there's some things that don't make sense, and that's the truth. Of course, we're not on the closed doors and we don't know what is happening. But there has to be something for someone that thousands of people have gone out, attacked the president over, to be going on and be on the side of the same president. before this meeting, it's not the first time in the past few weeks we've seen Governor Fubara. I think he went to Abuja once. He's also had a statement talking about how people should celebrate and work hand in hand with the president. The same president that suspended him. Your boss suspends you, and you suddenly like him. Do you understand? Like, there's something right or wrong. I don't even want to say there's something right the president is doing. I don't want to know if it's right or wrong. But there's definitely something the president is doing that all these people want to associate with him. And that's what the PDP needs to really look into.
Well, the PDP will disagree with you, and they will tell you that I even actually saw a video of one of them say, look, that the president used to be in opposition. He shouldn't be, acting like a dictator and everything. And I keep saying, the day you stop making excuses, the day you stop passing the buck,
exactly,
is the day your problems will be solved. It's the day you will realize that no matter how bad things get, you can always turn back to right a wrong. And Nigeria needs a very strong opposition. And that opposition can even make it to government. And the current one can become opposition again. That is life for you. There's nothing that's cast in stone, especially when it comes to politics. Because even the so-called tenures have legal means of truncation. So nothing is cast in stone. So Governor Umo Eno, funny enough, seems to have the ears of his people and is moved. But not long after this official declaration, news started coming out. Of course, we would hopefully pray that there will be a press statement from the person that is rumored to have gone against, the so-called defection.
There's a commissioner for special duties and the deep sea port, the person of Ini Obong. There's a supposed letter that reads that he is resigning because he is not working with the governor and moving to the APC. And I see a lot of people talking about it, but I'm like, okay, I remember the governor had talked about it. This was one of the major things that he had talked about a few days ago, that this thing is not working. He's telling you point blank that he won't be able to work with you if you don't move with him. And let's call a spade a spade. It's their appointees. They work directly with the governor. If the governor cannot trust you on some certain levels, it doesn't make sense to be working with him. If you and him don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, it doesn't make sense for you to be working with him. So it makes sense that this person, knowing that, okay, I don't want to go to the APC, and let me just resign from this government, is well within his right. Are we going to see more people defect? We don't know. It's very possible. But would I say defect or resign? It's possible. The man had already made it clear people need to resign if you're not going. It makes a lot of sense. But that you think that is going really... Another part that I'm seeing is a lot of people calling the man a hero. I'm like, what? Let's call it spade a spade. It's okay not to want to work with someone again. Doesn't make somebody a bad person or a hero. He might still have his ideologies that do not align with the governor anymore. So, I think that I don't think everybody would be happy in his cabinet. It would be strange if everybody moves. However, it happened in Delta State. Up until today, I'm not sure I've seen anybody announce any resignation. But it won't be out of place to see one or two people resign, actually, because everybody cannot want to agree with you. But the story still goes back to the PDP. There is something fundamentally wrong that is happening at the moment, and everybody is looking at it that, the APC is, maybe because I'm putting my hopes too much, this was, or would I say that a lot of things that the PDP is something I also see people allege, like when the PDP was a lot in power, there's a lot of things they got away with that they can't get away with now. So they're really struggling with it now. That's just allegations. But the PDP that had almost 30 governors at a point is really struggling with the little they have now. I think they need to go back to the drawing board. It's not looking good.
The thing is that when a country or a person or a people start something new, it's the first set of people that come out that can get away with whatever. But as they go forward, things become refined and better organized and better structured.
Okay.
And it gets to the point where, the standards are higher and higher and higher. And I think that's what Nigeria is going through. If you look at how, we had a president in 99 and he did his best. He did what he could. And he got away with blue murder in certain scenarios, And, things just kept on getting better. We'll stumble and fall, but get up again as a nation. And I think we're at a place where, the guys in power then were not prepared to be in opposition.
But that is past 8 years now. You have done 10 years of being in opposition. A child that was giving birth today is already going to secondary school now. Grow up. When do you learn?
So, them not being ready to be in opposition, they still haven't found their feet in opposition. And somewhere along the line, there is always the talk of a third force being mooted. Every 4 years, just like the Olympics, you would hear people talk about a third force. Then, at the last election, came the third force in the form of Peter Obi and his movement.
Yeah, which was kind of close to what a third force should be.
Okay, so when that happened, the PDP totally lost out. They lost more than the APC, the ruling government, the ruling party. If you take a cursory look at it,
a lot of people that have voted for PDP.
The bulk of the votes that the PDP would have gotten from the southeast went to the Peter Obi movement. If we take a closer look again, certain block votes from the south that would have gone to the PDP didn't actually go to the APC. They went to Peter Obi. If you take a look at the southwest, in Lagos, Peter Obi won. In Osun, PDP won, which was expected. In every other state, the APC won. I'm talking presidential elections. Yeah. And when you move to the north central, aka middle belt, more or less, you see that Peter Obi had a good showing there. Who lost out the most? It wasn't exactly the APC. It was the PDP. At that point in time, they did not realize that they had become, or were about to become, not second fiddle now, but third fiddle. But sadly for the third force, Peter Obi and his people also do not know how to play politics. The politics of building on your gains. I see him, he's trying, going to the north a lot, but there are things that he's doing still that shows that he doesn't have a nationalistic outlook. And I know people don't like it when you criticize him. They come for you and all of that. Good luck with that. The truth is the truth. Nigeria needs a strong opposition that has the potential of winning an election.
Okay.
That's it.
That has the
it's not just opposition for opposition's sake.
Very, very. I like that statement. That has the potential to win an election.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to be able to gather some set of popular votes. Mm-hmm. The votes also have to be spread and structured. But when you run an election and about a quarter of your polling booths did not even have agents, you're not ready. You're not ready. If there are 280,000 polling units, you must have at least 280,000, if not double that number. If you yank that off your list, where's it taking you? I know there's a bill now that they are talking about, a bill that would allow the military, the journalists, and the NYC vote ahead of the elections. There's a bill that is being proposed to that effect. That could also have a large, effect on the way Nigerian elections swing. Early voting like they do in the US.
Yeah,
and all of
but
that.
if we also look at it, what's really the number? If we look at the military, like you said, NYSC, and journalists, at the end of the day,
or the other essential services, yeah.
Okay, essential services. Because I was going to say, what's the number of those people?
If you had 1 million people voting ahead of the main elections, you don't think that can sway an election?
Okay, all right.
If Atiku had that 1 million, you don't think they will be talking of a runoff now?
Yeah, but the truth is, we all know that number. I get
I'm
your
just
angle
saying that anything that has the potential, even the law will tell you, to sway a result is worth looking into and is contestable. That's what it is. And the reason why I brought that up is still to say that in structuring your parties, in structuring political parties in Nigeria, you must build something. There are a lot of look. Do you know how many some guy was on TV yesterday talking about being a presidential candidate. I'm like presidential candidate, like who? Then they said there was this group of parties, IPAC or something. They have spoke. I'm like, okay, all right. The truth is, 30-something, 40-something, 50-something parties in Nigeria. Anybody can be a presidential candidate. You see, but being a presidential candidate on paper, or being a presidential candidate with real potentials of winning an election are two different things. And in the last election, only 3 people had that potential. Not even Kwankwaso with his Kwankwasia movement.
No.
And he had millions of people supporting him.
Oh yeah.
All over Lagos, you see all the people with their red cap.
They only had
and all
they
of
only
that.
could pull anything.
But how many votes did you pull? Do you get? The elections coming up in Anambra now.
Anambra, yeah.
How many of these parties are going to do well? I can, if you go and check the last election and look at the number of votes that Soludo got, you would weep.
No, I remember that election then because it was, I'm not sure he had up to 300,000 votes that were like that. The number was so small that if somebody else had come up, it would have been so easy to.
That's what we're saying. So, opposition that has potential, and they must be able to harness what they have. So, congratulations to the APC. They are getting what they want. And from the look of things, at least 2 more governors will join them. And these 2 governors are from the PDP. Not even maybe an APGA governor or a Labour Party governor or an NNPP governor.
There are only 3 governors that are not from the
yes,
PDP
but none
PDP.
of those 3. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it even...
So it's even from... Is the PDP that seems to...
Yes. Isn't it even easier that the 3...
Yeah, that they...
They're like, okay, you know what? Yeah. It's just me in this party. Let me go to a bigger party. No. The so-called opposition party, Nigeria's number 1, it's glaring. It's written there. So... the PDP have their work cut out for them. The governors that were there said they are not doing coalition. The coalition people too, those ones that are up and down, they're more or less in a state of confusion. I was watching one of them say that the APC is in panic mode, and I'm like, no. Far from panic, they're actually just responding. It's called a show of force. What they are doing is to show you that to beat us, you must do better than this. And that's what they are saying to you. So you must show that we are the real us, not you. We will beat you. And it's not by rhetoric. It's not by jumping from one media house. It's actually by putting your boots on the ground and letting Nigerians know that they have a viable option.
I think that talking about the coalition, and I think that we like a lot of talk, especially with the advent of social media. A lot of people now feel that they can go on social media, go to TV stations and grant interviews, but those things do not come up with votes. And like I said, take for example, I remember, was it 2 days ago, Rotimi Amechi had an interview on a TV station, and he made a lot of, he said a lot of things, including the fact that he was not going to reply someone like a Wike that is he a schoolboy or something? He made some funny statement. However, some Wike spokesperson made a very interesting breakdown of things that I think the man had an interview today, and I watched it, and the man had talked about how after Wike and Amechi, after Wike and Amechi had parted ways, that Wike did a lot of Amechi's dirty work for him, and after Wike and Amechi parted ways, how you will know is that Wike has not won an election, or anybody he has supported. Amechi has not won an election, or has not won the election of anyone he has supported since 2013 or whenever that they finally parted ways. But the honest truth, it's true.
You know, again, Wike is someone that everybody loves to hate. I use everybody loosely. But, you know, at times when you go with facts and figures, this thing that Dolupo said comes to bear.
Yeah.
People have gone far to dig out a statement put out by Rotimi Amechi, allegedly, saying that when he won at the courts and the Supreme Court pronounced him, he said he wants to thank God and Nyesom Wike. And a lot of politicians have also said that Nyesom Wike did everything for Amechi to become governor.
Yeah.
And people are like, no, but you know, okay, but bottom line is, they say they have proof. And some people started bringing out statements from the past and some press statements and all of that. Then people went as far as digging out some statements that were ascribed to the former governor, the Oga of them, or Odili,
yeah.
Where he said, of course, that Rotimi Amechi used to work with him, brought him into politics, and it was a Fubara Wike kind of scenario.
The way Rotimi was with Odili. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we used to work with him in the private sector.
Remember that it's like it's a thing for them in real estate.
You know,
everybody.
So he's had that, and he's talked about how Amechi betrayed him and all of that. That they had an agreement that someone else was going to be governor after, but it went to court and all of that. At the end of the day, you find out that the problem they have today didn't start today.
No. Oh.
It's
been years.
It's almost 20 years old.
Oh, it's been years.
You know, it's almost 20 years old, and they're going to continue at it. It's going to go on, you know, until both of them are able to sit down to talk. But I don't know when that will ever happen. So at the end of the day, you know, you see a scenario where everything we're talking about means that, like they say, Christmas came early. It's the reverse of the case, actually. 2027 came early. 2027 has started in 2025 already. Mm-hmm. That's the really sad part about it. It has the potential of dampening, you know, Nigeria's growth. I make bold to say that, because if politics supersedes governance, the people will suffer.
Yeah. So we definitely will see what Mr. Amechi is going to reply with. It was a very interesting interview. There was a lot of back and forth on those ones, but like as I had said, politics definitely started. 2027 definitely started way too early. However, INEC has announced that the people need to come and collect their PVCs in Anambra following the upcoming elections. The elections are coming up very, very soon, and they're talking about 31,690 unclaimed PVCs are out there. Now, let's move on a bit from politics and let's talk about another thing that kind of plagues Nigeria a lot. Of the world, fraud. And like I said, fraud happens everywhere in the world, except we want to lie to ourselves. But there is a trend of a lot of Nigerians. Before Dr. Dolupo is what's it called? But there's a trend that you know in your heart of hearts that your ways are not pure. You know that to do to God that your ways are not pure. However, you think the smart thing to do is now flaunt it and now attract attention to yourself. Please make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. And why am I saying this is another Nigerian has been arrested in the person of Tech Queen. In fact, until this arrest, I didn't even know there was anybody called Tech Queen. A lot of people say, I think someone even say, you don't know, they posted online. I say, yeah, I don't follow such people. I'm sorry. My timeline does not see such. Apparently, this person posts, travels all over the place, claims that she's a tech guru, and that's why she's made all this money. However, it's not even Nigerian police that caught her. The FBI in the United States, they decided to give her visa to the US just to catch her. And it's the sad part where you see a lot of people glorify nonsense. You don't know the source of people's wealth, and then you will not allow somebody give you heart attack. This just looks like the same thing that happened with Hush Puppy. Any right-thinking person that saw the way he spends money will know this money is not clean. But no, again, I say, you know the money you are spending is not clean. You have already made the money. The least you can do is hide yourself. But no, y'all want to show off to the enemies of your mother, to the in-laws of your great-grandmother that feel that you said that you will not make it. Have you not made it? You have not made it.
Oh yeah, Nigeria Tech Queen, Sophia, what's her name again? Sophia Ege Marcy. I'm coming. I think I have a name not to know. Somewhere here.
Sorry.
Yeah, Sophia Ege Marcy. I was right actually. I was checking out something and she's been to the UAE, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Croatia, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Belgium, Luxembourg. You know.
Sorry,
she's
the owners
of
the
world.
Flutterwave and the owners of all these unicorns that we know, self. Do they spend money like this?
Even if they do, would you know? You know? Would you know? So,
you people be doing too much.
Yeah. So, she's been around, but the allegations now are that she was working with a cartel led by a Ghanaian, and you know the funny thing is nobody is talking about those people. Everybody's talking about the fact that she's Nigerian. Do you understand? Like, oh, she's Nigerian and all of that. I think you might want to check the different platforms. You know, you might want to check. So she's now being arrested. Look at the volume and the value of monies that has been passed through her, and that she has moved from this place to that place. Then someone was alleging on social media yesterday that, this morning, that this could also lead to the downfall of some people in the entertainment industry in Nigeria.
Good for them.
Well, we're here for that.
Why
we're waiting for that.
I will be here
because
to announce.
We will not condone anything.
I will be here to gist about it and to laugh about it.
Every time you try to travel out of Nigeria and you get treated in any funny way, hold people like. But they say, okay, until she's proven guilty. See, honestly, the FBI.
Before the FBI catch you, everybody's sorry. Shout out to EFCC, but they are not talking about the EFCC. It's not the EFCC here. Anyway, A.Y. Wilson says, well done, my people. Ayodeji A.Y. Wilson from the UK.
Hey, shout out to you, A.Y. It's been a minute, isn't it? Wow. You know? So, everybody at Jackpado. Sorry, A.Y. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. We will not glorify fraud. We will not promote it.
Tola Kwara just says allegedly. They say allegedly, but the FBI has already caught her. Let's not lie to ourselves. Before the FBI catches you, in fact, I read that what's it called? They've actually been following her for over a year.
Yeah.
They have been checking her movements to the UK, back to the UN. For FBI to catch you red-handed, like I said before, shout out to the EFCC. But we're not talking about the EFCC here. For them to catch you, know that you are already gone. You are a gunner.
Yeah, you know. So.
But I will be here to laugh at you people. I will be.
Some people have even gone to dig out the lady's Twitter feed, going through her timeline, how she was a very vocal supporter of one of the presidential candidates, and now people are saying, you see, this person.
See,
oh my God.
See,
Nigerians can do research for Africa.
We need to have this conversation. We cannot continue to, and even like I had said earlier, even the so-called tech bros, people do. Is there money in tech? Yes. Is there the kind of money? Which unicorn does she have or own? I used to say something. No, even the Dangotes of this world, the richest black man in the world, we don't know what he does in his in his closet. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's his money. He can do whatever he likes. But you don't even see people like that. You don't see people like the Adenugas of this world, the Otedalas of this world, the way they spend money. You don't even have 5%. You don't have 5% of that money. You just have a ridiculously tiny fraction of that money. You will not let us hear what.
Every time these people get arrested, it messes up Nigerians, even who are abroad.
You will not let us hear what.
And you know the funny thing is,
the least you can do is at least not make noise.
Let me give you guys an example and how this relates to what we're talking about. I was driving to Ibadan while this Lagos-Ibadan expressway was being constructed.
Yeah.
And we got to a point somewhere after Shagamu where traffic was at a standstill. People had left one lane to come to the other lane and all of that. And I actually checked something. I even met one of my friends in that traffic. I checked something out. The bulk of the people causing the problem, they were not up to 20. There were hundreds of cars staying on the right side of the road. Do you get? Mm-hmm. But those 20 or 30 people had caused a problem for hundreds of people. So some of us went ahead and tried to solve the problem, tried to, ease these cars through traffic. In solving the problem, you let the bad guys go. Because if you don't let them go,
nobody's going anywhere.
And this is the same problem we have as a country, beyond traffic. It's the same problem where a few badly behaved people, criminally minded people, are giving the bulk of Nigerians and Africans a bad name. And this is the issue. Because now everybody's talking about Nigerian tech queen.
Isn't there a way
tech queen Nibo from where to where?
Which tech does she have? Like I said,
it's not tech queen.
Calling her tech queen.
Online fraudster.
People
allegedly.
Calling her tech queen. Which unicorn does she have? Which company?
You don't even need to have unicorn to be a tech person now.
Like I said,
there are few unicorns.
Queen,
unicorn is too much.
No, queen. I'm not saying that you cannot be a tech person. I said for you to be tech queen. See, I'm not saying that you should not do whatever you want to do. Good luck to you. Please, can we just be removing this prefix? Let everybody call their name. And I saw something firsthand. Was it last week? I think it was last week. What a name carries. So I was at an event last week and they were announcing people's names. And someone's name, this person is a pastor. Actually, his name was very close to Emefiele. It's actually not, his name is not Emefiele, but it was really sounded like Emefiele, yeah? And everybody in the hall burst into laughter. Everybody had this look like, what? You are Emefiele? And that's how much, and I know that a lot of people say, and it's something that we grew up with, like, a bad name, a good name, and all those kind of things. And I'm like, this, I can say for a fact, this was probably the first time I saw that, like, the reality of that thing happen. How one person had now put a bad name on a family name. Not allegedly at this point. But it's just crazy. And then that's my own. Oh. I'm not saying that don't put your name as passport. There should be passports for private citizens of the world. Stay on your lane. Because now they'll say you're carrying green passports. Everybody is saying Nigerian. No, you're not a Nigerian. You are just a fraudster. It should have just been fraudster, this person, this. You are that's it. Let's stop doing some things. I'm not saying you should not do. Go ahead with your property because you will get caught. If you think that you will not get caught, oh yes, you will get caught. I got the devil will make you get caught. In Jesus' name, amen. I said what I said. Anyway, 5 people, which I'm happy about, have been arraigned and remanded in Kirikiri prison, I think till July, because they were caught dumping waste in the Lagos Canal. I saw that picture. 5 grown men carried a bus. See, when you hear some things, you be like, this cannot happen. But Nigeria is always a what's it called? Is always an indication that nothing is impossible. Absolutely nothing is impossible. You carry waste, and like I said, it's not good to say that Dolupo is causing is saying bad thing. You know, you want to throw waste in canal or the bridge, yeah. In broad daylight, the least you can do is at least have the cover of darkness. That's the least you can do. I'm not saying you should go. If they catch you and throw you in prison, it don't say it's the look that say you should do it in dark. Because you see that even at night, they used to catch people your own. I'm just saying that the least you can do for yourself, apply some sense and at least do it at night. But no, y'all decided to commit a crime in public. In broad daylight. What did you think was gonna happen? Because I'm shocked. It actually shocks me the daft behavior, pardon my English, of some Nigerians. Nigerians will amaze you. Let me just keep quiet at this point before I say something I'm supposed to say. You're not saying anything.
No, well, I wasn't going to interject now. You were talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had to allow you talk. The bottom line here is that the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and his entire team, you know, the essays, all of them, everybody, they are actually really stepping up their monitoring of
Sola just said, you just did. What did I say? I didn't do anything. Did I say anything?
You did actually, but
what did I say?
You know, so the Lagos State government is stepping up its monitoring of people who are dumping trash indiscriminately all over the state. The bulk of the same people who come out to say Lagos is smelling, Lagos is dirty, and they're actually right. But what we're saying is that who is doing the smelly things? If you are disposing of your trash properly, you know, if you were paying the PSPs to pack your trash away, if you were not throwing trash into the gutters and canals, this will not be happening. These people took an entire truck and were dumping in the canal. And when the water starts to feed back, government, we are suffering, then go and look at America, go and look at Jamaica. That's what we start saying. But who's dumping the trash? Are they ghosts? Mm-hmm. You know, so Lagos State also needs to increase their monitoring. It's even more of monitoring now. While they are packing trash, they must have a dedicated monitoring team beyond what they have on ground now. They need more funds. They need volunteers. You know, I tell the people, create an app that allows people to whistleblow across board. It just makes it easy for this person to download the app, put in the information, drop a marker there and say, this is where this is happening. Because there are times you're driving through newly fixed roads and you're already seeing trash on the median.
I think there's
like,
nothing.
how?
There's nothing that you can take.
How? Where's
Nigerians
the trash coming from?
Surprise you. Nigerians won't surprise you.
Some people will drive with trash in their vehicles to their offices to go and dump trash.
Oh yeah. Dolupo just says dumping refuse in the night. I'm not saying that push should.
Yeah, you did already.
I was just saying that if you are going to do something What is one doing at all is one doing well.
Badly, yeah. I get
or
you.
at least do it with a bit of sense. You don't have sense.
So anyhow, these guys and a lot of them are now going to be used as scapegoats. That's what it is.
Yes.
So that people can learn that indiscriminate dumping of trash can send you to jail.
You remember the man that there was the video that he was caught. He dropped trash on the road, and then now started dusting his car. After that, I'm like, are you kidding right now? Are you actually kidding me?
That's our mentality. I'm not one of them, but they're one of us.
Yeah, it's that whistleblowing will work. Yes, I think that it is that still happening in Lagos State. I think more people should be encouraged to do it. I think that because the truth of the matter is that if these people keep dumping things, it's not going to affect just them alone. In fact, if you're not careful, if they don't live in that area, it might not even affect them.
The next level is actually ensure the CCTV cameras for traffic. Install some for trash too.
Okay, let me keep quiet.
You know?
He said he just did again though.
She did again. Thank God the video is recorded. Thank you. You know.
That's it.
This is also urging everybody. The rains are coming. The flood is coming. Forget it. There was a flood in Ochanja Market in Anambra 2 days ago. There were floods in Mokwa. There were floods in Accra, Ghana. Yeah. Check out the way the African map is. We are in the southern part of West Africa.
Definitely.
The flood is coming. The rains are coming. Please, I beg you people. We know that that's not the only reason, but don't make it worse. Don't compound it.
Yes, exactly. That's it. That's basically it. Anyway, before we go, let's go to a bit of gist from the United States. First things first, the court has now blocked President Trump's ban on foreign students at Harvard.
Yeah, again, Donald Trump has a list of things that he said he was going to do, and that's what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's going to stop this, he's going to stop that, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And funny thing is, a lot of the people in the Western world forget that immigration is how some of their countries have thrived. Mm-hmm. These foreign students, they are paying through their noses.
Yeah.
Some are paying times 3 times for what your indigenous or citizens are paying.
Yeah.
So your schools are making money off it. Your economy is making money off it. They pay for their accommodations. When they work, they pay taxes on it, regardless of where they are. You understand? They don't make it that much.
It even starts from visa.
From visa alone. Some guy was tweeting yesterday. He went for an interview, paid 300,000 naira to one of the embassies, and he didn't spend up to 2 minutes. They told him no. The guy said the woman said no to everybody that came to our window that day in Abuja.
Yeah, A.Y. Wilson says one of the root causes is lack of accountability and negligence.
Yes, totally agree with you. And we must hold everybody accountable, even ourselves.
Everybody, yes. Everybody must be held to the highest standard.
So these are the issues, guys. These are the issues. And these are the things that we need to fix. Fix it and our country gets better.
Exactly.
So still in the US, because there's still more. We're still talking US
still
matters.
In the US matter. Now, this short-lived romance, I honestly did not think that this romance was going to end so quickly. And this is the romance between... Okay, Tolu Rogers is calling us. I think he has one or two things to say. Let me pick it.
So these are the issues, guys. These are the issues. These are the things that we need.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Hello,
we can hear you.
Is that Boom Radio?
Yes, sir. It is. Hello? Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Please go ahead.
I was thinking it was going to be in the live session.
Oh, yeah, you're live.
It's live, actually.
Please go ahead.
It's
Everybody
live.
Can hear you.
Yeah, but it's audio, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, I wanted to talk about... I wanted to talk about the trash issue that you guys have.
Okay.
So, the trash issue.
Yes, please.
Oh, hello. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Go
yes,
ahead.
please.
So, my take on the trash is that Everyone is responsible for that trash.
I agree. Definitely.
Yeah. And it's not just because of people putting the canal. It starts from people driving and they dump it. They dump paper on what they're driving.
True.
So if you can drop a piece of paper in your car or buy a piece of fruit you've eaten from your car, which everybody does that. Every afternoon.
Everybody does it.
Whether you're rich, you're comfortable, you're whatever, or local buses, if you can dump it on the streets, then definitely it's going to happen. I could know very well during the advance time. Nobody would dare do any such thing.
True.
I agree with you. I like
discipline.
The fact that it's because now, the more there's discipline, the more that people know that there are consequences, and not just regular they're actually steep consequences for their actions.
Yeah, fines and jail time are actually being bandied around and actually being handed down now.
Yeah.
And Lagos State has said that they are not playing. They are not playing at all. People will go to jail for this. People will go to jail for it. I saw a video of an American guy that went to Japan and he spent months there, and his first culture shock was that there were no trash cans in Tokyo.
Part of the take is that the enlightenment needs to come from the health sector as well. The commissioner for health, not just the environmental commissioner, commissioner for health needs to get involved as well. Because dumping stuff in the canal, those that live where the canal are, there is a challenge on their health as well.
True.
Very true.
So I think it's much more than what we think. That is just probably them being arraigned in the court.
Yeah.
Not just that alone. They need to be publicized. They need to see the faces of the people doing it, go to the extreme.
I agree.
Let the news carry. Let it be done that so much that they'll be taught a lesson. And those things as well. Enlighten them. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's it. So it's not just environment. We're talking health also. We're talking a whole lot of things. And, I'm glad that this is happening. And we have volunteered to continue to create more awareness about it.
I know that is also a major health issue. But educating Nigerians will not work until they realize that there is actually going to be consequences for their actions.
You can't say it won't work. It will work for the people who want to listen.
Okay.
And the ones that don't want to listen, the other side will work for them now. By the time they send about hundreds of people to Kirikiri and other prisons.
When you get there, they ask you, what do you do? Because you threw trash away, you will have sense. That's it. You don't want to have sense, you will have sense by force. Anyway, quickly before we go, you were talking about the short-lived.
Yeah, so here it is now. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are falling out. Can you believe? It is rumored that Musk spent almost 300 million or so to get Trump elected. There are even talks now that the Tesla car that Trump was given by Musk cannot be found anymore. Maybe it's been thrown away or sold or given away. There are talks of of Trump stopping Elon's government contracts. This is not fair. You're about to, and Musk also says is stopping Project Dragon and all of that, and that will affect America. So from the look of things, this falling out is not good, and we're looking for people who can settle this fight. We need mediators. If you're very good in counseling and you're good with helping couples who are at loggerheads, please call us on that number. We have a number +234 916 163 7661.
I have one question for you.
So that we can mediate. The world would not like to see this relationship deteriorate and degenerate to the point. These people are fighting on social media.
Okay, wait. I have one
now
question.
They are now saying what?
Hold on.
You know that Trump? Do you know that
the
Trump tariffs? Someone tweeted about the Trump tariffs and said, "Okay, it's safe to talk about it now." And Elon Musk agreed. He said, "Yes, that in a few months' time, America could enter recession. If America enter recession, the whole world will enter recession.
So can I say something?
So let's settle the fight.
You said something. You said they should call the number.
Yes.
Are you as mediator with who?
No, you see, if they call that number, we will call Trump.
You.
And we will call Musk.
You.
Yes.
You have Trump's number.
Well, we'll find a way around it. Don't
don't
worry.
Be saying we. Don't.
We are. It's the bar now.
No.
Do you not want world peace?
Don't use me. Don't put me.
Do you not want world peace? Wait, tell me now. Do you want world peace or not?
What does that have to do with me?
Answer yes or no.
No, I want peace in my house, and that's it.
You don't want world peace.
I don't. It doesn't.
So the whole world can burn for all you care.
The whole world is not burning. We're good. We'll be fine.
These are the people that are destroying the
I'm
world.
just wondering how you claim to have Trump number and Elon Musk.
That's not what I said. I said if you are very good.
There are only two ways
with
to
settling
because if you really
that
do
are
have
fighting.
their numbers, why shouldn't we be doing this book by space already?
See,
but you know Elon Musk.
These are the issues.
There are no issues.
These are the issues. Two people are a couple is at war. You see, two people who used to be together, they are no longer together, and we want to settle it.
Tolagwe says Trump may not complete his tenure though.
That's a comment.
Let's come and be going home.
It's a comment online.
Let's be going home.
That's an online comment.
Let's be going home. It's already one.
We don't know the guy that said that thing.
I don't know anything.
We didn't even read it.
It's just a comment.
We just want to settle the fight.
What do we say?
We want to settle the fight.
You want to settle fight.
Please.
I don't.
Please, before we go.
I was not there when they were arranging it. I'm not there
before we go. New Music Friday. There's some new songs that you need to go check out. See Me as Kiss Daniel on his song. Benson as Fola. So Fola is now the hottest market there. Benson as Fola on his song. Ice Prince as Bella Shimoda and Bad Boy Omel on his song. Do you understand? Like, these songs are dropping. I'm like, what's happening here? What everybody wants to drop before Olamide drops. Is that the plan? Is that the plan? You know, so Lighter has a nice song, W Winning. You know, there are a couple of songs, and if you listen to us in the 5 o'clock hour, you get to listen to these songs. And we also started putting out playlist on Spotify now, so you can go check out Boom Radio NG. You know.
Alrighty. So have a beautiful
and thanks for the call.
Yeah,
and the messages. God bless you guys.
Have a beautiful weekend. Have beautiful celebration. We'll be back on Monday at 3 p.m.
Eid Mubarak.
West African time. Peace.
Eid Mubarak.